Hey guys, Legendary Grimlock here. In today's video subject, what if Ancalagon the Black was in the Monsterverse? Now, in all honesty, we're gonna do something just a little bit different here. So, remember Godzilla King of the Monsters and how King Ghidorah was that big bad? So, what we're gonna do here is take out King Ghidorah. We'll throw him back into space, right? We'll just throw that guy, yeet him back in the atmosphere, right? And we'll add Ancalagon the Black Dread instead. By the way, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and share with your friends. And get ready for this wonderful Pteranodon hunt, which I'm probably going to lose a couple times. So, yeah, let's actually, let's talk about it here, right? Ancalagon in the Monsterverse. Now, if you guys understand how the Monsterverse works and how it is, it's basically like nature, but with actual kaiju. You know, each kaiju has its own nature. Now, Ancalagon in the place of King Ghidorah is actually a very big deal here, considering Ancalagon is literally going to hold Godzilla in the palm of his hand. Okay? So, you might say, Legendary, I need you to make this fair now. Come on now. Like, Big G, I need you to make this fair. And okay, I'll make it fair. So, we'll drop Ancalagon down from the size of 3 mountains to the same size as King Ghidorah. That makes it fair. However, we are not changing anything else. This means Ancalagon's tier is far above Godzilla's, meaning this guy, who is a solar system buster, is about to fight a dragon. Godzilla is multi-continental, you know, by the end of this, so I think it's very safe to say he should be in that same caliber. Okay? Meanwhile, you have, you have Ancalagon here, who is around the star at the low end and solar system at the high end department. So, yeah. This ain't gonna really be fair here. Now, the thing is with Ancalagon is the sheer fact that he has a lot more fighting experience than Godzilla in the verse here. He's meant to be the most powerful and the most dangerous of the dragons as well, being capable of causing storms when he flies as well. So this is basically fits within his character. Probably not the same storms as King Ghidorah, but it should be in the same caliber. His fire breath is so hot, it can melt every other ring except for one. And if we really think about it, if we gave him full size, his fireball is probably 10 times bigger than probably a state. I'm saying probably. Because this man decided to rain fire literally on anybody, and in his mountain size, he'd be unstoppable. But in terms of the Monsterverse aspect here, he's going to be he's gonna win. Because I don't see really how Godzilla can actually stop him. You might say, oh, well, just go through the movie anyway, right? So Ancalagon's going to be awakened from the ice, like in the original, like King Ghidorah was. He's going to come up, and he's going to burn the Arctic. Now, with his present, instead, I would actually have him cause heat waves. These heat waves are so deadly that people around him are like, you know, they're actually burning to a crisp. It's actually much harder than Rodan's lava, which means that this dude could basically be a living, a living inferno, if you will. This means that he has the capability of pretty much burning everybody without hesitation, right? So imagine a monster that could literally burn you simply by just being near you. Yeah, that's the kind of power I would be giving Ancalagon here. And this means when Godzilla shows up, he kind of keeps his distance, or he tries to get Ancalagon into the water. Now, in terms of when they meet again, and Ancalagon is just finished beating Rodan, yeah, he's going to beat Rodan probably much harder than Ghidorah, but I do see him being able to grab Rodan by the wings and then blasting him with a fireball into the water. Now, if Godzilla does get Ancalagon into the water, I do think he's going to have a good advantage over him. However, I do think Ancalagon is still going to be able to literally just like pull him out the water. For starters, he has a much stronger wing force than Ghidorah, considering he's able to still lift up himself when he's mountain-sized. And that takes a lot of strength. And his wings cause hurricanes and his wings cause like hurricanes and tornadoes and stuff when he flaps them. So if Ancalagon is simply just, you know, just thrusting himself in the water with his wings, he's lifting Godzilla out of the water. And it's very possible that he throws Godzilla back down, probably onto the Argo ship, killing the people here. But let's really get into the point of this here. If when he becomes king of monsters, pretty much king of the monsters, right? And Ancalagon is not going anywhere no time soon. This is gonna be something that makes humanity lose all hope, especially once you get into the burning Godzilla side of things here. So let's talk about that. Fast forward, Ancalagon beats Godzilla again, probably much worse than the original, because now Ancalagon now has a solid foothold on land, and Godzilla doesn't really have any water except the rain around him. So this means that these two are going to be going at it, and I do think that Ancalagon is just simply going to be like, yeah, come here. Just come here, Godzilla. I'm just going to pick you up, and I'm going to power slam you right back down. Probably dive bomb. Matter of fact, imagine if he hits him with that seismic toss like Charizard. Like, jeez, that'd probably be... Oof, that just sounds brutal. Even by my standards, that just sounds like efficiently brutal, you know? So when you have stuff like that, it's just, you know, he's just unstoppable. There's not really many characters, if not any characters in the Monsterverse, until we get basically an increase in the power level that's really going to be able to stop him as a whole. I mean, it's kind of sad to say here, but Godzilla, Ghidorah, Mothra, Rodan, Kong, Camazotz are not even in the same boat as Ancalagon here. So this means Ancalagon, being the king of the monsters, he's going to have a supreme foothold over it. And I don't think any monster is going to stand against him. As a matter of fact, when he beats Godzilla, and pretty much takes over the reign of King of Monsters, I think that's actually going to be it for humanity. As a matter of fact, he might actually kill Godzilla. Matter of fact, it's very possible, considering his intelligence level, he's not going to do anything stupid, and taking away plot armor. Yes, there was a lot of plot armor in the movie, especially for those humans who should have got blown out of the air because of King Ghidorah. So yeah, I just don't really see how they're going to last at all. Like, humanity's done. It's over. Like, they're not going to be able to beat him at all. They don't have anything that can beat him. Nukes? Nope, that's not going to work. Godzilla? Nah, that's not going to work. He's going to get floored every time. As a matter of fact, he might die eventually. Shoot, as a matter of fact, I do think that if the oxygen destroyer scene happens, the Argo's definitely getting destroyed, because I don't see Ancalagon really just letting it go. Like, if he doesn't get it the first time, he's gonna get it eventually, right? So I see him killing the Argo, which was that giant jet in the movie, and then that means they really don't find Godzilla unless Mothra goes to help them. Okay? And even then, it's very possible that it's not going to be enough. They might not have the equipment to get down there. Or, better yet, even if they do have the equipment like in the original, right, it's still not going to make a difference at the end of it, because Godzilla is not going to be in the same caliber or in the same, or in the same tier as, excuse me, as Ancalagon here. It's literally about to be the most one-sided fight you could ever see in Monsterverse history. And that's simply because Ancalagon just packs more heat than Godzilla. I mean, this guy is simply a mountain size, right? Let's take off the cap, you know, or the limiter real quick, right? This guy just at his regular or his true size, right? Imagine what an earthquake from him is. You think Godzilla stepping on the ground causes an earthquake, and Ancalagon is messing up a tectonic plate just with a footstep. That's how powerful he is. Now imagine just condensing that strength into a much smaller form, and he decides to hit you with it. Not only is Godzilla probably flying across the entire planet, Godzilla's probably flying several feet. Probably, matter of fact, he's probably flying into the atmosphere with one hit. And the sheer fact, Ancalagon is pretty much hanging with characters that could deliver solar system levels of power and still getting extreme diff tier? Nah, bruh. Nah. I really don't see any other way for I really don't see any other way for Godzilla or the humans to actually win here. The best bet for the humans is to actually use Kong and find a weapon that can actually kill Ancalagon. And let's say, you know, Ancalagon doesn't know about the Hollow Earth at all just yet. He's going to. Because the humans really don't have a means to now get Kong because Godzilla's dead. Their airspace is compromised. Their water travel is pretty compromised. Any fleets in the water are going to be decimated by Nakika and Tiamat and any other kaiju. Now, I do think Ancalagon will keep the peace between the kaiju because, again, if we're going by him just being in the Monsterverse, he's going to have a sense of keeping the environment in check. Because even if you want to say, oh, well, you know, Ghidorah wouldn't have bothered doing that. Yeah, he would have. Because Ghidorah sees the value in his monsters. He still saw the value in keeping Rodan alive. Otherwise, he would have just killed him, you know, right then and there. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not saying it's impossible for Ancalagon to be ruthless. I'm just saying that if we're going by how the Monsterverse works, you know, Ancalagon's going to have a much higher value for nature than King Ghidorah. So in all honesty, I just don't really see him, you know, just pretty much just demoting or depowering or pretty much just killing any of the other kaiju. And I think I might die on this one. Oh, jeez. Yep. First monster to kill me is the giant amphibious turtle that was made after a Kappa, aka the original Booty Warrior, if you guys know what I mean. But yeah. Yeah, and Ancalagon in general is just going to be unstoppable. They don't have any... Godzilla's atomic breath, honestly, is going to get pretty much overpowered by a fireball. Or even if they get into a beam clash, it's going to be floored. The burning Godzilla aspect is still not going to work as well. I just really don't see it. They're just going to get flat out overpowered, overturned, and cooked. Now you might say, okay, what if they still get Kong to a Hollow Earth to get his axe? What's to stop Ancalagon, right, from discovering the Hollow Earth and, you know, going down there and absorbing the energy from the planet's core? Or absorbing that Hollow Earth goodiness. Alright? What's to stop him from absorbing it? I mean, Kong's axe and Godzilla's, you know, atomic breath pretty much come from it. It's energy as well, and it seems to respond well to, you know, the kaiju there. I don't think it's impossible for, you know, some of these dragons to absorb energy, considering the fact that small can absorb heat. And that's a form of energy. You might say, oh, well, what if it's, you know, heat-based? And I mean, he's still getting something from it, right? He's still getting the energy of the Hollow Earth, whether it's through a subtle way or a direct way. It's very possible he might start eating the Hollow Earth core to gain himself more power. And this, in turn, would make him, yeah, definitely the most powerful, if not the most dangerous creature within the... sorry, within the within the Monsterverse as a whole, you know. Now, Hollow Earth energy was enough to basically awaken Mechagodzilla and get him to optimal power levels to the point where they didn't need to even make an artificial source of the energy. That's how effective that was. And they were actually, you know, running out of power naturally just to get Mechagodzilla online. So in all honesty, it's yeah, it's not looking too good for the Monsterverse. He's stronger, he's definitely faster. And this is due to the fact that, you know, Ancalagon comes from a much faster verse. And he's definitely stronger by a lot of means due to his feats here. I mean, even if you want to take away the Arendelle feat and say Arendelle beat him like super easily, he still has the amount of multi-continental to at least moon level of attack potency. Okay? and would still be relativistic to definitely faster than light due to how the verse is. Okay, this is a guy that needed the power of these solar gems, the power of 3 suns to beat. Even if you want to lowball him, that's still star level. At star level, or go lower, you go to multi-continental. And if you want to be like, nah, I want a middle ground, okay, you have moon. All right, that's what you all have. That's where Ancalagon simply just lies as a whole here. He's stronger than Godzilla, faster than Rodan, tougher, and has much more dexterity than King Ghidorah, and would be just as sentient as Mothra. But anyway, you guys, that's where I'm going to leave it off here today. You guys can just enjoy the rest of this video. Please comment, like, and subscribe and share with your friends. This is Legendary Grimlock, and I'll see you guys later for the next video. Peace.